Sade Sati arrives loaded with borrowed dread, and the reality is far quieter than the reputation. The astronomy is plain. Saturn takes roughly 2.5 years to cross a sign, and this passage simply covers three signs in a row: the one ahead of your moon's own sign, and the one following. That's the entire mechanism, nothing hidden. Over the next few minutes, we'll look at those phases, what Saturn is really asking of you, how to tell where you stand, and the questions people bring most often. Think of these three passes as one long conversation, not one long punishment. The first, Saturn in the sign before your moon, tends to press on foundations, routines, money, the structures under your feet. The middle, Saturn with your moon, turns attention inward, where energy asks to be budgeted and commitments asked to be honest. The third, the sign after, is consolidation. Lessons settle, the load lightens, and what you built stays. Imagine Ethan, midway through, noticing his energy simply wouldn't stretch as far. He trimmed his week down to what was true and it steadied. Ask yourself which phase your effort is actually in and budget accordingly. Saturn has a reputation it doesn't quite deserve. In the tradition, its nature isn't punishment, it's closer to gravity. Gravity doesn't dislike you, it simply shows you what's genuinely holding weight and lets the rest slide off. That's why people often come out the other side with fewer commitments but truer ones, steadier work, and a plainer sense of what actually matters. Demanding? Yes, in the way good training is demanding. Older fear-based readings sold protection against Saturn. A calmer reading offers practices instead, promises kept small enough to keep, health tended early rather than late, and permission to set down what you were carrying only out of habit. Imagine Liam holding on to a commitment he'd outgrown years ago. He let it go, and what remained held. Look at one thing you're still carrying purely from habit and ask honestly whether it's still yours to carry. Two facts tell you where you stand: your moon sign and the sign Saturn is sitting in right now by the sidereal reckoning. If Saturn is in the sign just before your moon, in it, or just after, you're in one of the three passes we walked through. And because Saturn moves so slowly, this isn't something to recheck weekly. Look once, note it, then get on with living well. There's one thing worth naming plainly. This period has been used for a very long time to sell fear and fear to sell solutions. If a reading opens by alarming you and closes by asking for your money, you learn something about the seller, not about Saturn. Respect and preparation are the right response, the way you'd prepare for a long winter, and nothing more theatrical than that. Say Mira looks it up, finds Saturn sitting on her moon sign, and closes the tab, feeling calmer, not smaller. She'd been bracing for something. Now she just knew the weather. Check your two facts once, write the answer down, somewhere you'll see it, and let that be the end of the checking. Two questions come up more than any other. First, how long does it actually last? As we covered, About 7.5 years across three signs. The one detail worth adding: the exact dates shift a little because Saturn loops backward for stretches, so the edges are never perfectly tidy. Second, is it always bad? No. In practice, it's a season of consolidation, and plenty of people build their most durable work inside it. Meet the demanding stretches with steady habits and sensible caution, and let that be enough. So that's Sade Sati, end to end. A slow Saturn transit across three signs around your moon, three stretches with different textures, a planet that asks for honesty rather than harm, and a simple way to see where you stand today. Carry this away. When the season feels heavy, the steadiest thing you can do is quietly lighten someone else's load. A small kindness offered with nothing expected back. That's the practice, and it costs nothing but attention. Take the month gently. There is more room in it than it looks.